Unknown gunmen have killed about 8 security agents made up of soldiers, policemen, and operatives of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps in Imo State. The security personnel were killed on Tuesday morning in Umualumaku community in Ehime Mbano local government area of Imo State. Members of the Joint Security Task Force were said to be in 2 security trucks when they ran into an ambush. They were set ablaze by their attackers, with none of them surviving as they were burnt inside their operational vehicles without recognition. A video of the incident trended across social media platforms. A voice in the video said the security operatives were in Toyota Hilux vehicles and were driving from Oriago Market to Aba branch. The voice said, "I spotted 2 Hilux petrol vehicles pass my shop and I never knew they were being attacked by bandits. Just a few minutes later, I started hearing that those officers had been shot dead at Aba branch. When I got there, the 2 Hilux vehicles were on fire with the officers burnt beyond recognition. As I speak right now, Oriago and Isinweke are blocked at the moment. Inhabitants of the areas have run away for fear of the unknown. The areas have been cordoned off by the police and army as the place is currently boiling." Imo State is one of the states with a high level of insecurity in the southeast region. An eyewitness stated that after the assailants subdued the operatives in a gun duel, they set the 2 petrol vans belonging to the task force ablaze, together with the remains of the operatives. "We heard gunshots as soon as the joint task force arrived to set up the checkpoint. The gunmen took the operatives unaware and were able to subdue them within some minutes. After killing them, the gunmen set the soldiers and policemen on fire. It was a terrible scene to watch," a bus driver stated. Another eyewitness stated that the gunmen must have planned the attack, according to his words. "It looks very coordinated. The gunmen were probably already positioned for the attack before the arrival of the security operatives," he said. However, the Indigenous People of Biafra (IPOB) and the Eastern Security Network (ESN) East-Arm Wing have been blamed for the rising attacks in the region. Meanwhile, the police have launched a manhunt for the unknown gunmen. The spokesperson for the police in Imo State, Henry Okoye, said the Commissioner of Police had ordered the deployment of personnel and assets to the area with a mandate to apprehend the perpetrators. A police source said operatives have been deployed in Umualumako and neighboring communities in a bid to ensure the attackers do not escape. According to his words, "It is important to retrieve the bodies of the personnel, which I learned has been done. So the next operation is to comb the area for the gunmen. They must pay for their crime," the source said. However, panic has gripped residents as our source gathered that the community had been deserted over fear of arrest by the security operatives. The youth are leaving the community over fear that police will arrest them. Only a few elderly people are left behind because nobody is sure of how the police will react. No vehicle is plying the area again because there were reports that soldiers were on their way to the area, he said. Meanwhile, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, yesterday visited the scene of the attack, promising government effort in combating criminality in the state. Governor Hope Uzodinma gave the assurance yesterday evening when he visited the scene of the attack. The governor, who was accompanied by the security chiefs in the state, expressed sadness over the dastardly attack He gave assurance that the state government, in collaboration with security agents, will fish out the perpetrators with a view to bringing them to book. Governor Hope Uzodinma appealed to the leaders and people of the community in the area to avail the government and security agencies of vital information that could assist in the investigation and immediate arrest of the suspects. He also prayed for God's mercy for the victims and the fortitude for the families to bear the loss of their loved ones in the incident. The governors of the Southeast region have also asked the residents to ignore Monday's sit-at-home order by a faction of IPOB loyal to Finland-based Simon Ekpa. Recall that detained leader of the IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, abolished all forms of sit-at-home in the Southeast region and declared that every Monday in the region be observed as Economic Empowerment Day (EED), but in spite of his order, sit-at-home still persists. However, the Labour Party has condemned the killing and asked the federal government to end insecurity in the Southeast. The Labour Party has expressed sadness over the killings of security operatives in the Southeast region of Nigeria. Spokesman for the Labour Party, Obiora Ifo, stated on Tuesday night in a statement that the attack by gunmen was a sad reminder of the security situation in Imo State in particular and the Southeast in general, where efforts of the state government appear to be insignificant and ineffective. According to his words, "Our heart goes out to these gallant fallen heroes who pay the ultimate price in ensuring that insecurity is fought to a standstill. We also condole with their families and pray that God grant them the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. When we thought things were getting better, today's attack has clearly obliterated the gains of the past, and we sincerely fear a resumption of a militarized zone. We are much more concerned that the governorship election in Imo State will be coming up in a few weeks' time, and the campaigns are currently heating up. We know that insecurity is a major campaign issue. However, we urge the present government to raise its game to ensure that the exploit of these hoodlums are completely checked," Mr. Obiora Ifo stated. He further stated that no election is worth the blood of any Nigerian. Thus, the party urged the presidency to take strong security action against the resurging onslaught and ensure that politicians do not leverage the insecurity to frustrate the Imo State governorship election coming up in November 2023.